We play the star-studded game where knowledge is king and Lady Luck is free.
Live from the 8-Bit studio in Brisbane, Australia, it's the internet's most exciting half hour of video game trivia. Welcome to the Hungry Game Show. And now, your humble host, Brandon White.
Thank you for that fantastic introduction, Chuck Fresh. And hello to everyone out there in the 8-Bit Nation. Welcome to another episode of Shenanigans, brought to you by 8bit.net and our sexy legends over at Audio Technica. And on today's episode, the 19th of the Hungry Game Show, our competitor were going up against a title that was developed and published by LucasArts. It was released over 30 years ago, in October of 1990. The game that had many of us attempting to live our best pirate lives. We're talking about none other than the point-and-click adventure classic that is Secret of Monkey Island. And the person attempting to discover the secrets within this trivia-shaped island needs little introduction, but we're certainly going to give him one anyway. Our contestant today is quite possibly the Goofy movie's #1 fan, is rumored to shred so hard that he's even got his own Foot Clan. He's 1/3 of the Voltron that are the Fantasy Footballers and Spitballers podcast, respectively. You can find him on them socials at FF Hitman. Mike, the Fantasy Hitman, Wright. Bonjour!
Oh, yes, it is. A proper bonjour. It is, man. You had the music pumping me up. Oh, dude, I like talking about football. It's my job.
Mm-hmm.
But Monkey Island, dude, it's so bizarre the impact that a computer game can have on your life. But Monkey Island, I played it so very much, all of them, all incarnations of it, and it just, when I think about Monkey Island and that splash screen, which you're playing the title music from, where it's Melee Island, and then the font comes in, it just makes me feel good, like genuine joy. It brings me every time I see it. So the fact that we're jumping on a pod here and talking through Monkey Island, just having a good time screwing around, I'm very excited.
You and me both. This is a game, I didn't play it initially at launch in 1990 because I didn't really have a PC or anything as a kiddo. So I only got my sort of PC experience through my friend Daniel. So I'd always go over to his place and get a touch. So I was probably 2 years later to the Monkey Island franchise. At the ripe old age of probably 6 or 7, I got to experience a bit of the monkey, and it hooked me right from the jump. The comedic tones, the other nods to other pop culture franchises, whether it be from film, TV, so on and so forth. And just the overall fun that this franchise brings to you, it really hits different to games of today, doesn't it?
Yeah, it definitely does. It's like games trying to replicate it now. It's a little difficult to hit on the magic that Lucas was hitting on back when they just had hit after hit after hit. So if you were 6 or 7 when you played Monkey 1, was that your first point and click game that you were exposed to?
My first experience in the point and click. So I sort of grew up on a steady diet of Alex Kidd and stuff like that, like Atari 2600, traditional arcade cabinet life. I grew up in a small country town, so we didn't have a ton of gaming haunts and stuff. So my selection was very limited, not only from a hiring perspective, but also getting stuff into my hands. So this was the first one, and I think at the time I probably wasn't old enough to properly appreciate just how goddamn clever and smart this game was. But playing it again in my adult years, it really hits different. I love it. It's so fun, and as you said, I think it's like a storm in a bottle as far as everything they captured with this franchise, and just the tone, the art style, the self-awareness, the comedy, some of the mechanics. It's just stuff that people are still trying to replicate and perfect today.
Yeah, I mean, the music, man. Shout out to the music for the entire game, and of everyone having their own themes and everything. It's so good. I have are you familiar with limited run games?
Mm-hmm. Love limited run games, yeah.
Oh yeah, so I'm waiting on my my super ultimate deluxe monkey collection or whatever. They had, I think I bought that back in November or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but they announced it. It cost way more than it should for me to pay for games that I already own, on multiple systems and everything. But it was, dude, we got collector pieces coming through. You know I'm dropping $200 or whatever on Monkey Island stuff, and I'm going to feel great about it.
You want those physical touchstones, you know, and limited run games, they do. It's very clever, you know, like as you said, like it might be slightly expensive for what it is, but it's stuff you're never going to get. It's time releases, exclusivity, ultimate fandom pieces of kit that you can have on your wall for forever. So, I missed out on the boat on that one because those things sell so goddamn quick through limited run. You can miss out like if you're not on there within an hour or two. Sometimes it's insane. Yeah,
I had an alarm set to wake me up and remind me of like, okay, it's going on order right here. I am not missing it because I admit they had done a separate one a month before this package, and I totally blanked on it, and then I just saw them on IG and like, oh, it's sold out. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I didn't get it, so I was not missing it when they re-released or whatever it was this new bundle. So very excited to get that one.
Is it going to take pride of place in the footballer studio, or are you going to have this in the home PC?
It'll most of it'll be at home, but I have this little wall behind me on our set that's kind of dedicated to that I get to pick. So I mean, like I have some Turtle stuff. Bill and Ted are over there. Got Gizmo Duck, John Wick. So I don't know. We'll see what shows up. I don't even remember what's in the bundle anymore. So it's going to be a mystery to me when it shows up.
Nothing but quality would be in that bundle. So, you're going to open it like a kid on Christmas when it eventually makes its way to your doorstep. So, we're here. We're talking Secret of Monkey Island. So this was one of the games that sort of really impacted you as a young guy as well. This is one of your probably favorite franchise of all time, would you say?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and what was it that did it for you most outside of the the soundtrack that was done by Michael Land and Patrick Mundy? Was there anything else that I mentioned I haven't mentioned, sorry, that sort of you want to bring up as far as what sunk its hooks into you the most?
So, I mean, just going back for the age of when I was playing it, the graphics were incredible. I mean, I had I played my first playthrough of Monkey. I was on a VGA computer, and I think we had like just moved up to that. So, I mean, these graphics and colors were mind-blowing at the time, and just their ability through everything in the game, through the puzzles, the character development, the soundtrack like I talked about, but I was there, and it was like all I could think about when I was playing was Monkey Island. And when you would get stuck, you didn't have the internet to come to your rescue because the internet was not in existence, at least for the common folk. And so when you would get stuck on a puzzle, I mean, you would go and you're trying everything, but then you would leave the game and you would be mentally running through like, man, how do I figure out how to do this? And like, this is not Monkey 1, but Monkey 2, I had to go on I had to. That's how I phrase it, because I was a kid. I got pulled on a family vacation. Interesting enough, I think it was to Australia
oh, really?
Yeah, during my playthrough of Monkey 2, they dragged me away from my beloved computer, and I was stuck. I know, big time. And I figured out a puzzle mentally while I was on vacation, so I couldn't wait to get back because I'm like, this has to work. This makes too much sense. And lo and behold, when I got home, I had solved the puzzle while I was not playing the game.
That's fantastic. I can just picture little Mike with like the red conspiracy theory string and like a pinboard and everything going on, just visualizing it all. But it's simpler times, like yes. I remember being a young fella and having the pen and paper out and sort of scribing notes and things to try and work through various puzzles in certain games. And yeah, kids these days don't know the hardships that we went through during our youths.
They never will either, because the genie is out with the internet and information. I mean, even when I'm playing these newer ones like the Broken Age, but Double Fine made Broken Age, and it's so hard to resist that. You come up to any adversity in these games now, and I just have to throw in a quick Google, and I will proceed through the game. So I mean, 30% of that game is just resisting that impulse to just go get the answer right away. But the fact that it's there, it's very difficult to fight that urge. But when that urge doesn't exist, you keep going. You keep it on the grindstone until you finally figure it out, or one of your friends figured it out, and then you all talk about it together.
Yeah, I even for a few games when I was young used to call like the Nintendo helpline. There's actually a helpline you could call, and they'd flick through the old physical guidebooks that they had internally to step you through a few things. I think it cost way too much money a minute to.
It was like $5 a minute.
Support. Yeah, it wasn't my money. My mum and dad were pretty pissed once they saw the phone bill, but like, you know what? I got through what I needed to. So yeah, thanks Telcom. Yeah, so man, we're here to tackle Secret of Monkey Island. Obviously, the way that the game works, I might quickly just break down some rules and how this thing is structured, and then we can jump on in and test that grey matter of yours. What do you reckon?
Sure, man, let's do it.
Now, before we do this, let's go over the ground rules. Rule number 1: no touching of the hair or face.
So obviously, yes, we don't condone any physical contact here. So no touching of the hair or face or beards in this regard. I think you might be the first bearded host I've had on this offshoot.
That's
so
impossible.
Welcome, bearded brother.
What? How is? What?
Yeah, like maybe I'm just in the wrong circles over here. Maybe like half the people I know either can't grow a good beard or just don't. So yeah, we stand alone. We stand alone.
I mean, when you have the power to grow a gray beard, it's now your responsibility to have a gray beard.
That's what I tell people, but over here, especially like where I am up in Brisbane, it is hot. Like during winter, during summer especially, no matter what time of the day, it is just hot as hell. So it's just uncomfortable. So I get it up here, but yeah, some of my other friends in the other states just have no excuses. They're just pathetic.
Beard
but anyway, beard up, man up, or get out. So anyway, the way the Hungry Game Show is broken down, it's broken down into two components. The first is a series of multiple choice questions where you're going to get A, B, C, or D options. One of those will be the correct answer, and those are going to give you a maximum score of 2 points per correct answer.
Okay.
And then we pivot into some rapid fire. So that's going to be a series of simpler questions in air quotes. Some of them might be a bit difficult. Some of them might be a little bit curly, but they're going to give you 1 point per correct answer. But you don't have to do this alone. I do have 2 lifelines available at your disposal. You can choose to use both. You can choose to use one or none. Completely up to you. But the thing is that using a lifeline, it's going to give you a max of 1 point. So if you were to utilize a lifeline on, say, multiple choice, that 2 points is going to go back down to 1.
Gotcha.
The two lifelines in question, the first one is phone my friend. So I'm going to call a random person from within my phone's contacts list. Could be a friend, could be a family member, could be a staff member, could be someone that plays games, could be something that's never played a game. So support and or assistance may vary. So that could be more detrimental than positive influence. Then the other one, 50-50, fairly self-explanatory. We're going to cut down those multiple choices down to 2 correct or 2 potential answers. Or if you're using that in the rapid fire, I'll just give you like a strong hint because I can't really cut rapid fire in half there. So you've got those in the back pocket. You can utilize them whenever you please. You can choose not to. It's based out of a 40-point score system.
Okay.
So the current leader is on 37.5 points out of 40. He actually went Hamburglar.
Wow.
Tackling Celeste, which was a nice little platformer game from a couple of years ago. So that is the benchmark. And then if we're looking at the other end of the spectrum, the lowest score we've had is 21 out of 40. So no one has failed. No one's gotten under that 50% pass mark.
That's great to hear. Now, were these people doing a game that is 30 years old?
Not really, but
there
has been some tough games. Like the guy that came in last, or who's currently in last on 21, that was Tekken 7. So some of the games that I've had to make a game show out of, they're not easy. Like there was one that's I did Senran Kagura. I don't know if you've heard of that franchise. It's like a Japanese-inspired, sexually suggestive cooking game. So I actually had to do a whole episode about that. So that was fun. I learned a lot of things and probably had to purge my web browser a couple of times with some of the search engine stuff that came up. But it's been very varied as far as the titles. We've done current day AAA, retro-y stuff. Done like Donkey Kong Country and a couple of old NES titles. And this is the oldest one we've done though, 1990. That's going well back.
Okay, well then we'll see what I remember.
But everyone loves a classic. But yeah, you got those 2 lifelines at hand. Feel free to jump in, add any other factoids that you want to throw out as these questions. I am a very, very generous host and scorer. So if there is answers that go above and beyond, maybe you'll get more than the maximum allocated points. You know, we play pretty fast and loose around here.
All right.
All right, so maybe let's get things started with a little bit of background tension music just to set the scene and, get things started on the right foot. Question number 1, Mike, the Fantasy Hitman, Wright. Are you ready?
Yes.
That is correct. 2 points. No, not.
Yes,
sadly not.
off to a great start.
1 for 1. All right. Originally conceived in 1988, taking atmospheric cues from the Pirates of the Caribbean theme park ride, Secret of Monkey Island was headed up by 3 primary Lucasfilm Games employees. Which of the following did not have anything to do with the game's creation and or design? A. Ron Gilbert. B. Tim Schafer. C. Dave Grossman. Or D. Gore Verbinski. Which of those did not have anything to do with the game's creation and or design?
The answer is D, and if my memory serves correctly, the director of the Pirates movie franchise, at least the beginning of them, had nothing to do with the LucasArts game.
I can respect the additional layer there because that was in my notes to then lead into. So I will just consult the judges and see if you are indeed correct.
Flawless victory.
There we go.
So you are 1 for 1, 2 for 2 in the maximum points. Currently the most accurate contestant on the Hungry Game Show so far at 100%. Sadly, we can't wrap things here. We've got to keep moving. But yeah, Gore Verbinski directed the first 3 of the Pirates of the Caribbean films where, Ron Gilbert, Tim Schafer, and Dave Grossman were, I guess, the preliminary tripod that brought this franchise to life. And, their careers have since taken all kinds of turns, like Tim Schafer, obviously head of Double Fine, who did great things like Full Throttle, Grim Fandango, so on and so forth. Dave Grossman, most recently, has been doing work with Telltale, did some work with Double Fine here and there. And Ron Gilbert, sort of, most recently, released Thimbleweed Park, which is like a nice spiritual successor to Maniac Mansion, which was the game that put him on the map, you could say.
Yeah, Maniac Mansion was my first exposure to point and click. Back on the, I played it on the NES. So I'm using that D-pad to drag that cursor all over the screen.
It would have been so stiff and janky just moving around. Kids these days, they will never know these hardships, Mike. They will never know these hardships.
These darn kids.
All right, let's keep this momentum going as we move into question number 2. Protagonist and main character Guybrush Threepwood was named after a program the game's artist used to create characters in the game. Which of these was the program that, in air quotes, birthed Guybrush? A. Microsoft Paint. B. Deluxe Paint. C. Adobe Premiere. Or D. Skynet.
I can rule out Skynet due to it didn't end up taking over the world. And I believe it was B, and because I don't think it was Microsoft Paint, but I do know the story of I remember hearing the story of how he got his name was because they were called brushes, and they just named him Guy. So when you read it off of the file name, it was Guy.brush, and apparently they thought that was funny enough to put in and be his full name.
Well, let's see if that confidence exudes to the correct answer here, good sir.
I'm stupid, you're smart.
Oh, okay.
I was wrong, you were right. You're the best, I'm the worst. You're very good looking, I'm not attractive.
You are indeed correct, and I'm going to give you a nice bonus point because you took the additional flow-on facts that I was going to throw in right out of my mouth. So yeah, it was Guy.brush was the saved source name for that character development. So yeah, Guybrush was born, and then his last name Threepwood was decided by an in-company contest. So
that part I did not know. I would have guessed it was based off of a book.
Yeah, you'd think so. But no, internally, or maybe one of the staff has ripped that off from a book and chucked it in as their naming convention there. But yeah, Guybrush Threepwood
is such a good name.
It really is.
My name is Guybrush Threepwood, and I'm a mighty pirate.
Yeah, it just rolls off the tongue nicely.
Guybrush.
You know? Guybrush, like that's so much more like imposing than like Blackbeard or something like that. You know, I want to be Guybrush, not Blackbeard. I'm more salt and pepper beard these days anyway. But anyway, I digress. Let's move on to question number 3. You're still 110% correct. You are still the most accurate participant as the running score goes. Question number 3. When Guybrush reaches Monkey Island, he claims a particular something is the second biggest blank that he's ever seen. A, waterfall. B, lemon head. C, monkey head. Or D, bunch of bananas.
It is a classic joke, which I'm trying to remember if they've used it multiple times. That's the second largest whatever I've seen. But when he drops that, he is referring to he says the monkey head, so C, which is in fact the entrance to the underworld, which if that has a name, that is escaping me right now. But that's where you bust out the giant Q-tip, and that's how you get in.
All right, adjudicators, is Mike correct?
That is correct.
You are 3 for 3, good sir. It is the giant monkey head, and yeah, it is a nice little ongoing joke. I think they bring that back in another iteration too. I think it's dropped at least twice throughout the franchise.
It's a solid joke. You almost had me with the lemon head, because I'm like, it's the monkey head. Then you said lemon head, and I went, uh-oh. But we got there.
That is correct. Yeah, I don't mind a bit of misdirection here. Nothing is off limits. Highbrow, lowbrow, anything is in play here in the studio. So you have been warned. All right, question number 4. Secret of Monkey Island consists of multiple playable chapters. How many are there in the game?
Oh.
A, 2. B, 3. C, 4. Or D, 55.
I appreciate that very much. The Sammy Hagar reference in there. It's definitely not 2. I mean, it can't be 3. So I will take C as my final answer, even though it should be 55.
A little bit of inside baseball there. All right, let's see if you are correct for a 4th time.
Oh.
You are indeed correct, sir.
Get that Final Fantasy victory. Very nice.
Yeah. I got a broad variety of incorrect and correct bites and drops we can utilize here. You may not hear any incorrect ones.
Yeah, you throw those in the garbage.
You are on fire at the moment. All right, for a bonus point, can you name at least 2 of the chapter titles?
Okay, if I can, 2 of them. What is the 3 trials?
Yep, that is one.
And dang it, what is it? Oh my gosh. I'm trying to debate in my head. What is something, because Monkey Island definitely has to be in one of the chapter names. We'll just call it
That is correct. That is two of the 3 words in one of the chapter names, Monkey Island. There's a word that starts off that 3-word phrase.
Journey to Monkey Island? Nope.
No,
all right.
But that is actually part of another chapter, if you wanted to sort of break that apart.
Oh, that's a part of another chapter. Journey. And then there's like one about LeChuck too.
Yeah.
Oh my
Kicking
gosh. No, I don't know. I can't think of it.
I'm going to give you half a point here.
Okay, I'll take half a point.
And so the 4 chapters are the 3 trials. The Journey is chapter number 2. The 3rd chapter is Under Monkey Island. So you had the Journey to Monkey Island. So you had a little bit of an amalgamation there. And then Guybrush Kicks Butt is the 4th and final chapter.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Well, not too bad.
So sadly, 100% has dropped. You're now running at 90-something-ish.
But that was a bonus. There was a bonus point.
That is true. So you're still you're still on track with scoring to finish at the top.
All right. Okay, I'll take it.
But with that bonus point, you still could somehow finish on 40.5. So my maths works in bizarre ways. All right, back to it. Question number 5. During the game, you must recruit several people to assist you on a rescue mission. one such being Otis, a prisoner who is jailed for allegedly picking rare and poisonous flowers in the forest. What item do you use to bust Otis out of jail? A skeleton key. B, a mug of grog. C, a roll of aluminium foil, a toilet roll, and a packet of Ruffles potato chips, MacGyver style. Or D, your man strength, simply kicking the door down.
All right, I'm going out on a limb here because it is not a mug of grog. It is multiple mugs, because for that puzzle, the mugs are in fact melting because the grog is so potent that you have to continually change it to a new mug, and then you pour that upon the jail bars.
Well, you took my little flow on right out of my mouth again.
Oh, you're right. And when you're right, you're right. And you're always right.
I'll give you an extra half a point.
Yes,
so you are back
we're
to
rounded up.
above parity again. So you are indeed correct. Multiple mugs of grog rusting that prison cell door and subsequent lock to pieces. And funnily enough, if you use that grog on the cell next to Otis, you can free a rat that was in that cell. If you hadn't have done that, Otis was probably going to eat that too, because that was his diet in that in that jail for quite a while. Quite a while. Mate, you were in cracking form. See, you were hesitant at first. You're like, it's been a while, but you're just knocking through this.
Well, you're kicking the dust off. It's all coming back to me.
All right, so I'll take some of these points as payment then for future. Anyway, let's move on to question number 6. What is the name of the sword master? Or who is the sword master? I guess we want to word it another way. A, Marla. B, Hattori Hanzo. C, Carla. Or D, Leonardo, the second best Ninja Turtle.
Number one, I respect clowning on Leonardo at each and every opportunity because he was not the best. Stop it.
Yeah, he's probably even the third best, to be honest. Like, Michelangelo's my boy.
Okay.
And then Raph is number 2 for me.
Yeah, good for you. See, I was a Raphael guy growing up too, and I always got crap all the time that people are like, oh, Raphael, and it's so I'm glad. I'm glad that there's another one, a brother from another mother across the world. But the answer to who is the swordmaster, it is C, Carla.
C, Carla. Adjudicators, is Mike correct again, or did he fall over with false confidence?
You win. Perfect.
You are indeed correct. It was Carla. It was not Marla. It was not Hattori Hanzo, obviously the famous ninja from the Sengoku era, who actually served as a Tokugawa clan samurai, of all things. And
of course. Yeah,
helped unite Japan, and it was just a legend amongst the Japanese samurai culture. And Leonardo, who actually, maybe let's move him to 4th. Let's give Donnie a bit of love. No one gives the intelligent purple turtle love too. So Leonardo, you're at the back of the bus.
I have no problem. 4. I have no problem putting Leonardo at the bottom.
Yeah, he does. He does probably have some of the cooler weapons. Like, dual swords is no joke. But like, I don't know. Nunchucks, size. You could use them to eat your food as well. Like, there's utility to a pair of size.
Yeah, that's not bad. And it was always funny because the cartoon, at least the version for us growing up, I mean, you give it's a turtle. He's a ninja turtle, and he has 2 swords. But because of the rules of it being a kid's cartoon, like, he never got to use his swords ever.
Yeah,
I mean, he uses them now. If you've seen any of the new Nickelodeon shows, and they're chopping machines into pieces, so he finally gets to use them. But it's just very funny to have 2 swords. Just be like, no, I'm going to leave these back here. I'll just punch somebody.
Yeah, it's just a bit of window dressing. Yeah, it's all hands and feet. Is it hands and feet on a mutant turtle? I guess they're hands and feet.
They got
right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a 5-fingered hand. I think they have 3 or something. But yeah, they got hands and feet.
I know they had 2 toes. They had those big 2 block toes.
Right.
Yeah, good times. The early, like the 80s and 90s cartoons was something special. Yeah, the new stuff's still pretty good. The new stuff's still good, but that sort of child fandom, getting then all the toys that came out of it with the Technodrome and all the other characters, Bebop and Rocksteady and co getting some love back in those days. It's
well, because that was the whole entire point of the cartoon was to make toys so that they could sell toys.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Except they didn't make any toys for the film in 1990 because it was deemed too dark and violent. So no toys came out for that, which sucked because I really liked the movie. Anyway, before we go down a Ninja Turtles tunnel that we're never going to come out of, maybe a sewer's more apt. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 7. One of the things that the Monkey Island franchise is known for is insult sword fighting, an activity where you exchange insults in order to lower your opponent's guard, allowing you to attack. Which of these is not an insult you use in the game?
Ooh. Okay.
A. Have you stopped wearing diapers yet? B. You make me want to puke. C. Your face makes onions cry. Or D. This is the end for you, you gutter crawling cur. Which of those is not an insult used in the game?
Oh man, so going off of this is just pure gut check. And I don't remember something about onions. You make me want to puke is in there. The diaper one is in there. I'm going with the onions. I don't think the onions was in there.
All right, you're going to go with C?
Yeah.
Your face makes onions cry? Adjudicators, is Mike correct? You are indeed correct. I randomly Googled that on like a best insults list and went trawling.
I like it. It's not bad.
I had an assortment of ones that maybe were a little bit too aggressive. So I found something that was softer and sort of fitted in with the tone of Secret of Monkey Island, and you still found me out.
No, you went. That was tremendous because that's the first question where I was really, once it came down to it, to give my final answer, I wasn't positive because it was that one or the you make me want to puke. But then I was having flashbacks of I'm like, I think they actually did say that one. I don't remember the retort from that one. In particular, the diapers was like, why do you want to borrow some or something like that?
Yeah. That's exactly the retort for that one. So, you're still cruising to the all-time greatest score here on the Hungry Game Show. But for a bonus point, Mike, what is over or under 14 for the total amount of insults at your disposal in the game? So over or under the number of 14?
The number over or under 14. This is just a complete guess. I suppose I would take the under of 14. But before you answer that, let me wow you with this trivia fact. I can't remember the author's name, but there is a story of some kind that the author of Ender's Game is somehow involved in it. Your reaction tells me that I'm on the right track, that I am pulling that factoid out, that the writer of Ender's Game... You are
on the money. So that is Orson Scott Card.
Yes.
The author of Ender's Game.
Somehow he was involved in writing insults? Like, I don't know if it's true or not, but that's one of those rumors out there.
It's true, and he not only did it himself, but he also got his young children involved. So his kids actually assisted in writing some of those insults too. So maybe that's where like the diaper talk and stuff came in. The kiddies, farts and poo jokes and stuff. They're all eternally funny.
Yes,
but when you're a kid, they are even more hilarious.
Maybe.
So over or under 14?
I'm going under.
Final answer?
Yeah.
All right. Adjudicators, is under 14 correct?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
I'm going to give you a half because you took my little follow-on factoid out from under me before I even got to bring it to the fold there. So yeah, it's actually 16.
Is it? Okay.
16 total insults available throughout the game there. So like 14 was close. I probably could have made it 10. If I said 10, would you have said over?
Yes.
Do you think?
Yes, I would have gone over there.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I pulled a little bit back off you. You know, I'm trying to keep you humble.
No, we're good, man. We're good.
All right. The next question number 8 here in the Hungry Game Show, multiple choice round. Which of these items is not part of the recipe to get you to Monkey Island?
Oh man, it's everything. All right.
Well, what is in this list I'm about to rattle off that is not part of the recipe? A, 1 human skull, pressed. B, a live chicken. C, 2 pints of monkey blood. Excuse me. Or D, 4 leaves of basil. Which of those is not part of the recipe to get you to Monkey Island?
Oh my gosh, the 4 leaves, that has to be in there. That is just. Now, is this so this is the official one that's like on the actual printed recipe?
I'll take recipe substitutions as well, but all those are part of the official recipe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one of those 4 items is not part of it? You still do have 50-50 and Firm, my friend. Lifelines available should you need to utilize. Otherwise, you search within yourself. The answer lies deep.
I mean, on one hand, it feels like, of course, you would need monkey blood to get to Monkey Island and try and find the secret. But on the other hand, why would that seems to go against what the island is all about, getting the blood of a monkey. I am between that one and the skull. But so the skull is pressed? Is that what?
Yes. Yeah. So you could, I guess that'd be human skull powder. But there is also, like, on the discussion of monkey blood, there's also a live chicken. So I'm assuming that chicken's going to get sacrificed too. So
yeah, I don't mind that one. I don't mind that at all. All right, I'm going to go... Oh, give me the 50-50.
You're going to go the 50-50? Okay, let me just run this through the supercomputer here. Okay, so the monkey blood and the live chicken have been removed. So you are left with 1 human skull pressed, so 1 powdered human skull, and 4 leaves of basil.
Well, there you go. That throws out the go with your gut, your first answer. I'm gonna go. I felt strongest about the basil being part of it, so I'm gonna say that's real, and I'm gonna say the human skull is not part of the recipe.
Final answer:
yes.
Human skull
Locked
pressed is not part of the recipe. Adjudicators, is Mike correct?
The price is wrong, bitch.
I'm sorry to say.
Oh, I didn't know if that was good or bad.
That is a bad answer. Hang on, a bit more apt.
Okay, that one I know.
There you go.
Oh no,
incorrect. It was a little bit of cheeky misdirection. It's actually 4 leaves of mint is what they utilize in the recipe.
I see what kind of dog and pony show we're playing over here.
Oh yeah. We go lowbrow over here. You know, we're going low hanging fruit. We're doing what we can to misdirect, build that false sense of confidence, and then just bam, knock you down. Yeah. So yeah, it is 4 leaves of basil, which is meant to be 4 leaves of mint.
Yeah. Okay. Boo.
Yeah, but the official recipe requires 1 cinnamon stick, 4 leaves of mint, 1 human skull pressed, 1 squirt of squid ink, 2 pints of monkey blood, 1 live chicken, 3 ounces of brimstone, and then 1 or more of the following: pyroxidone hydrochloride, zinc oxide, yellow 8, mine mononitrate, and BHA. There you go.
Yep. That'll do it. I just remember the puzzles. Anything you could find on the boat, you throw it in.
Pretty much.
And then eventually it works.
That's just how it was back in those days, you know. The amount of weird curative things that they'd mix together to cure your ailments or your infections and your injuries. It's primitive medicine is fantastic.
Yes.
All right, let's see if we can get back on the horse to victory here with question number 9. How long can Guybrush hold his breath?
Okay, we're back, baby.
Okay. A, about 350. B, 10 minutes. C, 15 minutes. Or D, 55 minutes.
All right, it is 10 minutes, And this joke is referenced in other LucasArts games as well. Like if you played Indiana Jones and the City of Atlantis, and there's a scene where you are under the water and you're losing oxygen, and you could die in that one, and it's like apparently you're not Guybrush Threepwood, which is a great callback. And in The Secret of Monkey Island, you can't. LucasArts had a pretty strict you can't die rule because they didn't want to be like the Sierra games. They didn't like that. But you can actually die because you're thrown under the water, and it's a real simple, easy puzzle to figure out. But if you just let it go for the 10 minutes, you can actually die. So I'm going with 10 minutes. Lock it in.
Lock it in. B, 10 minutes. Adjudicators, is he back on the winning track?
That is correct.
You are indeed correct, baby. and you took my flow on factoids right out of my mouth. So I'm going to give you an additional half point there. Yeah, it's 10 minutes. It is not 350. It's not 15. It's not 55.
About 350.
It's great. It's great that you can just sit there underwater, and you'll eventually succumb to drowning or suffocation or whatever you want to say there. So well done. You're back in. You're back in the game. All right. We're going on to the penultimate question of multiple choice. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. The Secret of Monkey Island has spawned 4 sequels. Which one of these is not one of those said sequels? A, LeChuck's Revenge. B, Curse of Monkey Island. C, Escape from New York. Or D, Tales of Monkey Island. Which one of those is not one of Secret of Monkey Island's sequels?
Well, I appreciate the layup. Escape from New York. I mean, granted that the fourth one, the last LucasArts sequel was Escape from Monkey Island, and then you have the Telltale Tales of Monkey Island, which I like Telltale. I like the company, or whatever is left of them. They're weird now. They could close or whatever. Tale of Monkey Island's it was disappointing, man. It left a lot to be desired. I don't think it was just like streamlined puzzles there wasn't a world to explore. Maybe it was due to the episodic nature of how they do it that you had to confine the puzzles like that, but it was pretty disappointing for me, that run. Yeah,
it was lacking a lot of the heart and charm.
Yes.
I think like Telltale games, they're great, and some of them can hit you like an emotional truck.
Oh my dude, the first series of Walking Dead.
Ooh,
man,
yeah.
Like the end of that, the final episode, I definitely cried a good bit when.
Yeah, I would not want to be in Clementine's shoes in that situation.
No.
But it's some
brutal,
special storytelling. But they've struggled to sort of recapture that peak storytelling from that Walking Dead series. Everything after that's been fine. You know, I've enjoyed playing future Walking Dead and some of the Batman offshoots and stuff. But yeah, just didn't hit right with Tales of Monkey Island. But so you're gonna lock in C, Escape from New York?
Correct. The what Carpenter film? Is that what it is?
It is indeed, starring the legendary Snake Plissken.
Oh yeah.
Flawless victory.
You are indeed correct. It was not Escape from New York. LeChuck's Revenge came out in 1991, Curse of Monkey Island in 1997, and Tales of Monkey Island dropped in 2009, featuring 5 episodic chapters. You feeling good? You're back on the horse now?
Yeah.
The momentum is rolling?
I mean, I'm a little disappointed in that little hiccup we had, but I mean, I guess it's not too bad.
So I think splitting hairs with basil and mint, you know, unless you're like a budding herbologist or something.
I mean, you did me dirty. What can you say?
Just slip that in there. You know, just keeping you humble. That's all. That's what I'm here for. I'm keeping everyone grounded. All right, we're going into the last question of multiple choice. As is tradition here at the Hungry Game Show, we must also take a moment to look at both the film and music industries, and more importantly, what finished at number 1 for the year Secret of Monkey Island was released. So I ask you this, Mr. Fantasy Hitman.
Yeah.
What was the top song on the Billboard charts, and what was the highest grossing movie at the box office for the year of 1990? A, the movie Ghost and Hold On by Wilson Phillips. B, the movie Pretty Woman and It Must Have Been Love by Roxette? C, the movie Home Alone and Nothing Compares to You by Sinead O'Connor? Or D, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles plus Poison by Belle Bev DeVoe?
Oh, Poison. Okay, this is... oh, wait. I already used my 50-50. There's no way one of your friends is going to know the answer to this question.
So, you're probably right.
So that
my mum, maybe, but I don't know if she'd be awake at this time. And she gets pretty pissy if I wake her up, so we'll leave her be. We won't call her.
So it would just be throwing away my lifeline. Okay.
And just sort of full disclosure, I'm not trying to swerve you here. These are all movies and songs that were released in 1990. I'm not saying, oh, one of them was 91. Gotcha.
Okay.
Like, it's all from that release period.
Okay, so Ghost, Pretty Woman. What was the third movie?
Home Alone.
Home Alone. Wow, the highest grossing?
Highest grossing for the year.
Okay, that's pretty wild. With Ghost and Pretty Woman, those are rated R movies. For a rated R movie to be the highest grossing movie of the year, but then for a Christmas movie to be the highest grossing movie of the year is why it was a family movie. I mean, that's the reasoning I have to go with here, is that it's very difficult for a rated R movie to do that. So I'll go with the Home Alone answer. So
you're going to go Home Alone and Nothing Compares to You by Sinead O'Connor?
I am. That song is a banger. By the way, that is a certified banger.
The list, like going through the hits from the 90s for film and music, was substantial. Like we'll go more about that in detail. We'll just see if you're correct here. So you're definitely going to lock in Home Alone and Nothing Compares to You by Sinead O'Connor?
It's my best logic that I can apply to this question.
Okay, let's see if that logic equates to a victory.
Yeah, okay.
You lose!
Good
day, sir!
All right, the logic was sound. I stand by it. But my gut was going to say that Ghost was the highest grossing movie.
You would be correct, sir. So Ghost was number one, grossing $217 million. Pretty Woman was number two at $178 million. Home Alone, though, nipping at its heels with $177 million.
Okay.
And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, $135 million. The darker, more adult-toned TMNT movie coming in fourth there. But like, just looking at movies that came out in the year 1990, Total Recall, Die Hard 2, Back to the Future Part 3, Days of Thunder, Dances with Wolves, Flatliners, Arachnophobia, Kindergarten Cop, Hard to Kill, RoboCop 2, Misery, Edward Scissorhands,
Goodness,
Godfather Part 3, Young Guns 2, so on and so forth. Like, it is a list of just 90s classics in there.
That is crazy, because there's no way that many good movies come out on a regular basis.
Yeah, to add further, Darkman came out then, Goodfellas, Rocky 5, Tango and Cash, Predator 2, and the list goes on from there. 1990 was one of the greatest years in film, and then a lot of bangers on the music front too. We got like Blaze of Glory by Bon Jovi was in there.
Okay.
We got Vision of Love by Mariah Carey, Vogue by Madonna.
All right.
Dropped that year. Michael Bolton dropping that big How Am I Supposed to Live Without You? Pump Up the Jam came out in 1990, and so on and so forth from there. So what a year 1990 was. But sadly, Home Alone, Kevin McAllister could only get to number 3 on them charts.
Yes, and to be fair to me, I was 7, so I did not see Ghost in the theater.
I would hope not, because that would change a young man's mind very, very strongly. That's for sure. But you wouldn't look at art class on Monday the same when you go in there to work the clay wheel. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, we are at the end of the multiple choice round. Would you like a progress score for where you're at right now, or do you want to wait and go in blind to see where you end up at the end of the episode in total?
Oh, don't tell me. Do not tell me. I want to be surprised at the end.
Okay. All right. Remember, you've still got the Phone My Friend lifeline in the back pocket should you need it. So We've got
I'll remember
an assortment of rapid fire questions coming at you now. So no multiple choice. Some might be layups, some might be 3-pointers from the logo. Who knows?
Okay.
But be like Booker and just let it fly, young man.
All right.
Let it fly.
Green light.
All right. let's shift it up. Get some rapid fire tunes to play us home. Who is the primary antagonist, zombie pirate LeChuck's love interest?
Governor Elaine Marley.
That is indeed correct. Threepwood's eventual wife.
Yes.
So, you know, beautiful, beautiful soul. And who doesn't love love? All right. The next question. Let's have an insult sword fight. You fight like a dairy farmer.
How appropriate. You fight like a cow?
You are indeed correct, sir. All right. The next question. Name the 3 trials you must complete in order to become a pirate.
You got to steal the idol. You must defeat the sword master. And crap, what is the third one? Oh my goodness. I know we're in rapid round, but I can't believe I can't think of this. Okay.
That's all right. We got time.
Okay, so you get the idol from the governor's house. You beat Carlo the sword master. And what is the freaking third one?
Yeah, so if we're going to broad stroke them, that would then equate to thievery, swordplay, and what?
Thievery.
What is the last requirement there?
Oh my gosh. This is frankly embarrassing right now that I can't.
One of the words in this 2-word response is attached to a Nicolas Cage franchise, akin to Indiana Jones or Uncharted, if we want to combine.
What, National Treasure? Treasure hunting?
You got it, sir. You got it. Treasure hunting is indeed correct. That is the 3rd trial to become a pirate. All right. What happens when you attempt to climb down the tree stump in the forest?
It tells you to insert like disc 22 or something.
You are correct. Yeah, it tells you to insert disc 22.
So, side note on that one, and like apparently LucasArts got it for that because it was people didn't realize it was a joke. Much like however old I was, 8-year-old version of me, 7-year-old playing this game so much that I wrote in to LucasArts, and one of my few questions in there was like, I don't have a disc 22, and they were very nice and they wrote back and they're like, yeah, they know that was just our sense of humor and yada yada. But it was just like, yeah, that was one of those ones that I did not get as a young lad.
I'm giving you another half point there just to share that story. So yeah, it's disc 22. Then it says disc 36. Then disc 114.
Yep.
So can you imagine having 114 discs for a game? Like, kids around the world, their brains would have been wrinkling. So yeah, the LucasArts hotline apparently, went absolutely hamburglar as far as people calling saying, "What do we do? I don't have these discs." Yeah. But good times, and yeah, that led to later editions having it removed.
Yes.
In there to avoid these further hotline blow up. All right, question number 5 in the rapid fire. George Lucas appears as what character in the game?
Oh. George Lucas is in the game.
Yeah.
George Lucas. Let's see. I have physically?
Yeah. He's like his sprite is modeled after him. You see it more so in the improved graphics in the 2009 special edition. But yeah, there's a character in the game modeled after George Lucas.
Okay, if there's a character modeled after Lucas, where could this... Now I'm trying to play the game from start to finish in my brain. I'm like, where could he possibly be? They wouldn't make him Herman. I mean, that would be making...
it's more an ancillary, like it's more of a bit character.
Yeah.
It's not a...
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, honestly, I have no idea. I don't even know where to get. One of the guys from the circus.
Did you want to use the phone my friend lifeline on this?
I can't imagine that this one is going to work out very well. If we call one of your friends, unless one of your friends is George Lucas. Are you friends with George Lucas?
He never returns my calls.
Oh.
I keep trying, but you know, that ivory tower mentality. He doesn't want to jump in the mud here with the common folk. But you could use it if you like. Otherwise, we could just put that down as a mulligan.
Give me the answer.
Give you the answer? Okay, it is the bridge troll. The bridge troll.
Oh, yes. No. Yep. Who eats the red herring? Yeah. I have. It's Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, it is the bridge troll. And so question number 6, which is a follow-on from that. The troll guarding the bridge asks for something that will attract attention but have no real importance as payment to cross said bridge.
Red herring.
What items does that troll accept? It's the red herring,
Yes.
obviously, which is typically a plot device in storytelling used for misdirection. And so it was a very, very smart little sort of swerve and
joke.
little nod.
That joke also did not land on 7-year-old version of Mike. I eventually figured it out. I didn't get it. He takes the mask off and he eats the fish, and then I was through. I'm like, okay, I don't know what just happened.
I'm just like, pirate life is weird, man.
Yeah.
You know that equates to currency to get across a bridge. Fine, but that is correct. All right, the next question: keep, trade, cut.
Ooh.
Your trusty crew members, Carla, Meat Hook, and Otis. Who you keeping? Who you trading? Who you cutting?
Oh man, you have to keep Carla because she can actually fight. Meat Hook at least looks intimidating, so he would have. I think he would have the most trade value. I don't know if he is really the most useful, but just physically imposing. 2 hooks for hands, so he'd be the trade. And Otis is useless, so I'm cutting him.
Yeah, especially with these halitosis. Like,
Yes.
I know that you get him some mints and it gets a bit better, but like, I got no time for being around someone with stinky breath, so I will give you that. That is a correct answer. What score does Secret of Monkey Island currently hold on Metacritic? So I'll give you a couple of options because there's different scores for not only PC, but Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. It's somewhere between 82 and 90. I'll take a number in there.
Between 82 and 90, then... Wait, is this the Double Dare music?
Yes.
It just came through and I could actually hear what was going on. That's outstanding. Well, this like for the brand. So if I have to answer between 82 and 90 and it's not 89, I'll be thoroughly upset with whoever is scoring this game. The fact that it's below 90 is nonsense, and you should have your critic license removed. So I'm going to go 89.
You're going to go 89? I'm sorry to say, but you would be incorrect, sir. So 86 on PC, 87 on PlayStation 3, and 88 on the Xbox 360.
I'm willing to be wrong on that one.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, those scores get no respect for what this game was and is today. So, yeah, 86, 87, or 88. Okay, the next question. What is the name of the used boat dealership on Melee Island?
Oh, Stan.
That is correct. Stan's previously owned vessels. Okay, next question. During the game, you are required to destroy a particular dam. How many ways can you destroy said body of water?
Oh my gosh. How many ways is there to destroy the dam? Let's go with 3.
Final answer?
Yeah.
It is 4! It is 4! You can use the lens with the sun, the flint with the cannonball, the flint with the staple remover, or the flint with the compass.
Okay. Dang it.
Alright, next question. At any point in the game, if you were to press Control, Shift, plus W, what would happen?
Control, Shift, W?
We're getting in the weeds here, man. We are out in the weeds.
Control, Shift, W. What is that? Just like, does it pop up and say like you've won the game?
Yeah, I'll give you that. It automatically takes you to the credits and the game will be over. So, yeah, if you pop Control-Shift-W, straight to the credits.
Yeah,
Finito.
you've won the game.
Yep, I'll give you that. Okay, the next question. Name the game engine created by Ron Gilbert that is utilized in Secret of Monkey Island.
That's the Scum engine.
That is the Scum engine, which stands for Script Creation Utility for Maniac Mansion. Later renamed LucasArts to ease development, and it was used to ease development on their graphic adventure game, Maniac Mansion, which obviously was out in 1987. So there you go, the Scum engine. Mm-hmm. What a, just like, ugh, makes me shudder thinking of that. Like, it just sounds dirty. It sounds gross. All right, the next question. After Guybrush is fired out of the cannon, one of the dialogue choices is, "I'm Bobbin, are you my mother?" This is in reference to what other LucasArts game?
Oh. I'm Bob, and are you my mother? What other LucasArts game? Oh, wait. Oh, goodness. This is out of left field. Black Cauldron?
Is that your final answer?
It is.
Are you sure?
No.
Maybe look amongst yourself for another answer.
I'm bobbing. I mean,
It rhymes with the platform we are currently utilizing somehow to do with recording this podcast. I know that's some broad stroke nonsense.
It rhymes with Zoom?
Yeah.
So, Boom, Doom. It's not Doom.
No. And it's made by LucasArts, so definitely was not Doom. That's it.
What? Okay, I'm going through the letters. Loom? Okay.
You got there. It is Loom.
I told you when in the response, you're like, you want to talk Monkey Island? I said, yes. I'm down to talk any LucasArts game except for Loom. That was the one game I didn't play.
I had to sneak it in there somewhere.
All right.
And yeah, so that's in reference to Bobbin Threadbare. And he's also, he's looking for his mother in that game. So that's sort of the concept of Loom in a nutshell. Playing as Bobbin Threadbare. So there you go.
All right.
We got there. Okay. We've got 3 questions to go in rapid fire. 3 questions to go.
Okay, let's finish strong.
All right. Guybrush's enemy in the game is the ghost pirate captain LeChuck. At the end of the game, he is defeated how?
You gotta spray him with root beer.
That is indeed correct. Root beer is the deterrent for zombie or undead or ghost pirates. I can vouch for that. I do not like root beer. I think it is trash. It sucks.
I can handle it, but it is definitely when it comes to a soda, it is very far down my ranks.
Yeah, it's down there with like Dr. Pepper for me. I can't stand Dr. Pepper either. It is also trash.
I'm not a Dr. Pepper fan, which I can see that the Dr. Pepper flavor being it reminds me of root beer, but man, Dr. Pepper people love Dr. Pepper. Like that's if that's your go-to, that's all you drink is Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. Yeah, they will die on that hill.
Yes, they will.
You talk down Dr. Pepper, they'll throw a can at you and like verbally run you down into the ground.
Mr. Pibb, how dare you?
Just give me a Coke. Give me a Coke.
Yeah.
Or a lemonade. You know, they might go, give me a Sprite or a lemonade or a 7-Up or anything like that. Any lemon limey goodness, I'm down for it. All right. We're going to sword fight again right now.
Okay.
I'm going to say, you're no match for my brains, you poor fool.
You're no match for my brain, you poor fool. Oh, man. I got nothing on this one. You're no match for my brain, you poor fool.
You got 2 questions left, so you could pull in the lifeline if you like.
Sure.
It could make for some good content or some bad content.
Let's lifeline it up. I can't wait.
All right.
I can't wait to call someone who's never even heard of the game.
Am I going to do you dirty like that? That's the question.
I don't know, Basil.
All right. Stand by. I'm going to make a call. It is 9:15 in the morning, so a lot of these people I know might be at their 9 to 5, but we'll see how we go.
Ahoy, hoy.
Hello, is that Australia's John O'Peck, host of the Putting in Work interview podcast?
It is indeed.
G'day, mate. Welcome to the Hungry Game Show. I am here with Mike, the Fantasy Hitman Wright, tackling 1990 classic, The Secret of Monkey Island, and we are calling you in. You are his phone, my friend, lifeline on a bit of a Hail Mary here. More importantly, I guess we should start off. Have you ever played Secret of Monkey Island? Are you aware of this game? Do you know this franchise?
I think you know that I am. Very much so.
You were meant to probably downplay that, you know. You're too pure of heart. You should have sort of said, "No, I don't know what it is," and built a suspense and you know, got the sort of spirits lowered, but you've already alluded to it. We're at the end game now, and Mike knows that you're a fan of this game.
Look, I've got a reputation to keep up here. If I was to say I never played Monkey Island, well, that would be pretty damning, wouldn't it? And
That's true.
You might fall into that category.
You're far too honest and too pure of heart for your own good. So anyway, I'll just chuck a bit of tense atmospheric music on, and I'm going to throw this question at you, JP. We're going to insult sword fight, and I'm going to say, right. You're no match for my brains, you poor fool. How would you retort to that?
Okay. You're no match for my brains, you poor fool. Damn it. This is a tough one, actually.
And you said you've played this game, you poser.
Look, I haven't memorized every line of dialogue in the game. I will admit that much. Something about your face, I feel like. Gosh.
You're no match for my brains, you poor fool.
You're no match for my brains.
Spoilers, it's got nothing to do with the face.
Okay. I was going to ask for a hint, but that doesn't help me out too much. You're no match for my brains, you poor fool. That would be a problem if you ever used them.
Okay,
like
so Mike, Jono has just said it'd be a problem if you ever used them. What were you like? Did you have anything in the mind that came to you as far as a retort?
I had absolutely nothing, but that does sound vaguely familiar. So hopefully we can get an answer, or hopefully that's a correct answer, I should say.
Do you want to lock that one in?
Oh yeah, I mean I have nothing else to give you.
I have nothing more to give. Okay. Judges, was Jono and Mike correct on this one?
Yes.
You are indeed correct. So yeah, I'd say you're no match for my brains, you poor fool. And the response in jest would, I'd be in real trouble if you ever used them. So got that point. Well done, JP. You came through in the end. You went from talking it up like you were this Monkey Island savant to then going, I don't remember anything, to then coming in clutch. So well done.
Thank you. Well, glad I could just help. I feel like I've got a pretty good success rate. It's like 2 out of 3 with my friends so far.
That's it. I need to start calling less people that have played these games. You know, I've got to stop just being so kind. I might call my grandma on the next one. Anyway, I'm not going to keep you. It is 9:20 in the morning. I know you're working hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate you taking the call. Appreciate the time. Stay safe out there, and we'll chat later.
All right. Good luck.
All right.
If that's not the end, good luck.
Thanks man.
Mate. There you go. So we got there.
You just have a list of people that you're like, I may or may not be calling you at some point.
Some of them don't even know. I did preempt Jono a couple of days ago saying, I might call you Tuesday morning, maybe. And just keep the phone on standby. So there's a lot of people on tenterhooks just waiting for a call about a game or something, and they might never know. But they're used to that kind of spontaneity and bratish behavior that I partake in. So yeah, it's fine. And you got the point.
We did. We're back, baby. All right, let's close it off. Let's get this W.
All right. We have got the last question coming at you right now, Mike. Let's go. All right. If you were to compare Guybrush Threepwood to an NFL player, who would it be and why? So you set the scene. You pitched this story to me, and based off that, I may or may not give you more than the standard 1 point here. So,
all right,
which NFL player would Guybrush Threepwood be?
And so we're going Monkey 1 Guybrush.
Yes,
because he certainly he evolves into and then he devolves back in Curse of Monkey Island back to the super nerd. All right, so if Guybrush, I mean, look, he's a main character, so he has to be. I mean, he has to be a quarterback now, because he's a main character. Quarterback in the NFL is the main position. Now, but you also, he's not. He's got a charisma, but he's not overly charismatic. So I mean, right now, running through my head, the new hot rookie, Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence has too much.
Yeah, they've got similar flowing hair too. They've got those long locks.
He has the hair. But Trevor Lawrence has too much confidence. He's got too much. to actually...
Yeah, but his coaching staff is certainly doing what they can to knock that down by not committing to him yet.
Yeah,
but anyway.
Yeah, they're shaking our confidence. Now, he at the end, though, he is a winner. And, oh! Look, okay, it's a little bit of a stretch here. There was a quarterback who came into the league as a 5th-round pick. No one expected that this guy could get anything done in the league. Certainly not NFL teams, as they passed over him time and time and time again. You go look at his photos from his time as a college player, you're like, this guy is not going to amount to anything. Look how plain and boring he is. He has nothing. He looks like a Guybrush. But then someone in front of him got injured, and he rose to the occasion. Not only did he rise to the occasion, he became the greatest quarterback of all time. He eventually puts on a little bit of scruff on that baby face, and he becomes the quarterback that everybody wants to be, just the way that Guybrush has become the pirate that everybody wants to be. Get Captain Jack Sparrow out of my life. I don't want to be him. You want to be Guybrush Threepwood. So Guybrush Threepwood, the highest honor that I could bestow upon you, my friend, is you are Tom Brady. No one was expecting it, but then when your opportunity arose, you seized the day and you became the face of a franchise.
I like that. So he is the 199th overall pick in the Monkey Island universe.
That is
Mr.
correct.
Threepwood. I like that. You know, he's got the look, the good looks, the unassuming sort of personality, and then just ascends to greatness. So yeah, you know, has a good looking wife and a healthy family by the end of it all, just like Mr. Brady. I don't know if he has a weird obscure diet like Tom does these days, you know, but I think he doesn't eat anything that can cast a shadow these days, right? It's something bizarre like that.
Yeah. It's very healthy. Whatever it is though for Brady, it's getting the job done.
It's working. Yeah, he looks better at, you know, what is he, 43 now than I did when I was 20. Like, it is ridiculous.
Yeah, I like that all of us ugly, overweight guys were like, what an idiot. What is this diet that he's doing? And he's like, he's the greatest quarterback of all time. He's still winning. He's super handsome. He's crazy fit. And we're like, yeah, but you only eat plants, you dork.
You loser. Look at me enjoying this cheeseburger and fries. But power to him, because whatever he's doing and putting into his body or not putting into his body is working. But more importantly, that is a big correct. And I'll give you an extra point for there, because you set the scene nicely. You built it up, you know, and then delivered on the punchlines. So, Mike, that brings us to the end of the formalities here in the Hungry Game Show. Did you want to tally your scores and see how you fared?
I would love to hear that. I was not keeping track, so I cannot do the tallying on my side.
Okay, luckily I prepared it then, because we've been in some trouble.
What kind of game show is this?
It's how Australians do it, you know. It's fast and loose over here.
Could
you were over here when you were a youngin'. You know how it gets over here.
Hey, could you go ahead and add up your points for us and let us know how you did?
What have you been? I've noticed you've been throwing this pen around like a sword. You know, like getting into the pirate persona. I didn't see you scribe one thing.
It was unnecessary. I either knew it or I didn't.
That's true. Okay, so if we're looking at the scores, so in last place currently, Salim the Dream Abraham on 21 points. You finished above him.
Okay.
If we're going to jump up to, say, 12th position, Reese Kirby on 28.5 points. You also finished above him.
Excellent. Okay. So far, so good.
Moving up to, say, 8th position with Snacky Hannah. You finished above her. She was on 32.25 points.
Take that, Snacky.
Keep that down, Snacky. All right, we're moving up to 5th place. Dash from dashgamer.com. 34 points, sitting in outright 5th right now. You finished above him.
I like where this is going.
So moving up a little bit further, between 4th place and 1st place, there is 3 points between those positions. You needed to get above 37 points to take outright first, but we're going to let Tina Turner or Hall & Oates let you know where you finished. Sadly, Mike, you were so close, but so far away. You finished on 35.5 points, which is outright 3rd place overall.
I'll take it.
which is mighty impressive. Some of the knowledge you were dropping just off the cuff blew me away, and you know, you took a lot of the lines out that I had to try and make myself sound smart. You just did it for me, and you know, you nailed it. 35.5 points, outright third. You're on the podium. How you feeling?
Hey, look, a bronze medal is still a medal, right? Yeah, I get to bring something home.
Yeah, winners are grinners. It is in the mail. I will send that trophy over.
Yeah,
maybe with a nice slab of celebratory solo or something.
Oh,
like
my
that.
man,
You can toast to your successes.
You know how to get to me.
That's it. But man, thank you so much for stopping on by the studio, having a bit of laugh, having a bit of infotainment here. We learnt a few things, went down some random rabbit holes, and just educated the masses, I think, on Secret of Monkey Island. Really appreciate it.
Hey man, I appreciate you having me on. Thank you. And if you have not played Monkey Island, my friends, it's on Steam. What are you doing?
Exactly.
Go play.
What are you doing? But anything you wanted to plug or promote before we close down the studio for another couple of weeks?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you, I mean, I don't know how global your audience is, but if it, you know, I hear that the NFL is growing in popularity down there in Australia, and that's what I talk about. Well, I talk about fantasy football. Do you guys have fantasy for like footy and rugby and stuff like that?
Yeah. I'm in far too many fantasy leagues. I'm in 2 fantasy rugby leagues. I'm in 6 fantasy football leagues, 1 fantasy basketball. It's got a global flavor over here. You know, we're passionate sports fans, and yeah, the listeners, I know a good portion of them you know, play in leagues and watch global sports. So I'd say a lot of them would be aware of your prowess and you know, swagger on the fantasy footballers.
Well, there you go.
The number one podcast in the fantasy sports realm, in my opinion. You know, I'm not paid to say that. This is just a fan here talking to one of the co-hosts who deliver the hotness every other day at the moment. Look, so yeah, check it out.
Yeah, I mean, we're number one to you. We're number one, you know, just like factually on the charts, and you know, but who am I to say we're number one? I've let the people who can actually say that say we're number one, and we're number one.
Yeah.
Hey,
shout out to the Foot Clan, because they assemble every time you need them, whether it be for voting,
mighty.
For listens, for subs. They are mighty, and yeah, they are a good bunch. I've made a few friends through the Foot Clan, both locally here and abroad. So it's
excellent. It's
nice. You've got a really good, fun, inclusive community, and keep it up, because you are one of the pillars in the podcasting game, and certainly a motivation for many. So, mate, appreciate you taking the time out here to riff video games and you know, inform, educate, and entertain on Secret of Monkey Island.
Oh man, it was a blast. Thanks for having me on.
All right, follow Mike at FF Hitman on the socials, myself at Brendan 8-Bit, and all of us in 8-Bit at We're 8-Bit. Be sure to rate, review, subscribe us and all the podcasts you're listening to on the reg. So not just the 8-Bit centric podcast, but stuff like the Fantasy Footballers, because those ratings and reviews take no time, cost no money, and help keep the emotional lights on in all our hearts. Keeps us tracking, keeps us at them top of the charts, and it means an awful lot to us. But until next time, 8-Bit Nation, may your answers be true.